in the cloud, yeah?
Yes, it is already in the cloud. So, good morning everyone. Selamat pagi teman-teman yang udah ada di sini sekarang. Kita akan mulai sesinya training coaching weekly dengan Coach Nathan, tapi hari ini kita akan dihadiri oleh Coach Mia dan Coach Daniel yang akan juga menambahkan ilmu-ilmunya yang akan di-sharingkan kepada kita pada hari Minggu ini. Nah, jadi ini untuk beberapa teman-teman yang udah ada di sini, mari kita mulai aja ya. So, Coach Nathan, I think we can just start now with you're going to take the lead first, and then the second part will be taken by Daniel and Mia.
Okay, so Mia's just translating for Dan, is that right?
Yeah. Anything. Well, Mia want to translate for Nathan as well?
Sure. Sure.
Okay, so first of all, welcome everybody to your Sunday training.
Pertama, selamat datang teman-teman di training di hari Minggu ini.
Also, Dewi, can you just put a timer on for 20 minutes?
Okay, I'll text you after it hits 20 minutes.
You can just let me know we're at 20 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe 5 minutes before 20, so you could wrap up.
He knows that my presentation is going to be awesome, so he wants to make sure we have time.
I could already feel it when I saw you, Coach.
Okay.
Very representative.
Yes.
Mr. Daniel is bringing integrity to his game.
Amen.
Amen. Okay, so the first thing that I just want to, how far are you into the program, Dewi?
Well, we have start teaching them the how to create my story. They have already done the hosting, the speaking, and then the coming week we'll also going to teach them how to do the presenting for the USANA.
Okay. Great.
Exciting stuff.
And how many we're about a month in or so?
Well, we are already 1 month and we still have about a month and a half
left.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're about halfway in. So the conversation, I want to have a conversation today called The Dip.
Jadi percakapan kali ini yang ingin Nathan lakukan adalah tentang kedalaman.
And really the point of the conversation is to talk to people about what happens when you take on like a new possibility in your life where you're outside your comfort zone.
Jadi lebih tentang bagaimana rasanya ketika Anda mengambil sebuah kesempatan untuk keluar dari zona nyaman.
So right now everybody's starting to host, you're starting to do the presentations, right? So by a show of hands, how many people are nervous about doing the presentation?
Jadi kayak sekarang kan teman-teman mulai presentasi, mulai hosting. Nah, sekarang coba tunjuk tangan siapa yang awalnya ngerasa nervous.
Just show me by show of hands. Okay. Johanna, Kruli, Yuli. Susie's not afraid. Jessica is like a little bit, no, halfway maybe. Ani, how about you?
Yes. Firstly, I'm so nervous.
Okay. I got it.
Especially to operate the Zoom.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all new things, right? You got Zoom, you got hosting, you don't know what to say. Now you have to do the presentation, right? It's all new things.
Jadi sebenarnya itu kan karena semuanya baru ya, harus pakai Zoom, harus presentasi, harus host, semuanya baru. Jadi kayak yang wow gitu.
Wow. So I just want to show, like, anytime you're doing a program like this, right? You're kind of going along in the program. In the beginning, you're like really excited because it's like new. You just started something new.
Nah, biasanya ketika kita melakukan sesuatu baru, itu kan prosesnya panjang. Nah, di awal nih ya, kita biasanya tuh excited karena wow, sesuatu yang baru nih.
Right? So this is like really excited in the beginning, right?
Jadi biasanya di awal pertama tuh sangat excited.
And then what happens as time goes on is this is what we call the dip.
Dan biasanya setelah berjalan berapa lama, how do you spell the dip? Because I translate dip.
Dip, D-I-P. So like dip.
Oh,
like when something goes down.
Nah, jadi biasanya setelah berjalan berapa lama, kita agak nukik turun tuh perasaannya.
So what happens here is you get you have like a loss of motivation, right? Sometimes you feel like it's too hard, right? Or it takes up too much time, or other people are good at this but I'm not good at this, like that.
Nah, biasanya perasaan ini muncul ketika kita ngerasa, aduh kok susah ya, kok saya nggak bisa ya, kok orang lain bagus, saya enggak. Biasanya perasaan itu tuh muncul karena perasaan-perasaan tadi.
So we call this, a lot of times people say that they're, can you read that, Mia?
Ya, overwhelmed. Jadi biasanya kalau bahasa Inggris bilangnya overwhelmed, kalau di bahasa Indonesia mungkin rasanya kayak kewalahan.
So how many people are feeling like overwhelmed, or you're not doing a good job, or other people are doing better than you, like that?
Coba, siapa yang ngerasa kalau teman-teman tuh ngerasa kewalahan atau ngerasa yang lain tuh kayak saya kok nggak sebaik yang lain ya? Coba tunjuk tangan.
I saw Yuli's hand went up right away. Yeah, Noel. I got it, right? So listen, anytime, what happens is anytime you start something new, right? And you start getting outside of your comfort zone. These are things that you've not done before. Like Ani said, right? She's not used to Zoom, right? So what immediately comes up is fear, right? You feel like you're not good enough. And then what happens is you start feeling like, maybe this wasn't for me. This is a bad idea, right? We start having all these feelings.
Nah, jadi biasanya ketika hal-hal itu terjadi, ketika kita ngerasa, kok susah ya, kok nggak bisa, kok orang lain lebih bagus, perasaan ini mulai muncul nih, mulai turun motivasinya.
So these start off as feelings, right? You start having these feelings.
Jadi diawali dengan perasaan.
Right? And then what happens is here, once your feelings start turning into complaints.
Kemudian biasanya perasaan itu berubah menjadi komplain.
Right? So feelings turn into complaints, right? So people will say, this is too hard. I don't have enough time. I don't feel like doing it anymore. It's like there's too much work, like that.
Ya, jadi kayak yang, aduh kok susah ya, aduh nggak punya waktu nih untuk latihan, aduh ini kayaknya butuh usaha banyak banget gitu. Or maybe you also apa gunanya gitu. Like I did like sometimes the story is, what is it good for me? What is this for?
Yeah, what's the point? Or
what's the point, yeah.
Or maybe like it's good for them, but it's not right for me, something
ya,
like that.
Kadang-kadang perasaannya, mungkin buat dia bagus, tapi buat gue enggak kok, kayak gitu.
So the reason why I mention this is because if you're feeling that way, it's okay. Everybody feels that way.
Nah, kenapa Nathan mengangkat ini? Karena kalau teman-teman merasakan ini, nggak apa-apa, karena semua orang juga awalnya merasakan seperti itu.
The Champions program is actually designed to make you go into the dip.
Jadi Champion program ini memang didesain supaya teman-teman mengalami ini nih, merasakan ini.
So it's designed to give you more responsibility. It's designed to teach you things that make you uncomfortable. All of the things that are happening here in your body, all these feelings, right? It's normal because that's what's supposed to be happening. The program is designed that way.
Jadi semua yang teman-teman rasain itu normal karena program ini memang didesain supaya teman-teman mengalami hal-hal tersebut.
And the reason for that is because when you start having these feelings and you start having these complaints, we know that the program is working, right? Because that means you start bumping up against the old stories, right? The person that you used to be. You're starting to step into like a new identity, like a new possibility for yourself, and the old you wants to try to pull you back.
Jadi karena tujuannya memang membawa teman-teman keluar dari comfort zone, membuat teman-teman melakukan sesuatu yang baru. Nah, kebiasaannya adalah apa yang teman-teman anggap teman-teman yang dulu itu akan selalu narik lagi ke tempat yang lama. Setiap orang mau maju, pasti di old-nya itu narik, di sini aja nih lebih enak, lebih nyaman.
It's the same thing that happens like when, let's say you go to the gym or you start training for like a long distance run or something, right? It's like, it seems like a really good idea, right? And then you get in there and you start working out, and then you start feeling like, this is a bad idea. I don't know why I started this in the first place. Like that. It's anytime you start bumping up against something difficult, right? These are the thoughts that come naturally.
Jadi sama nih, kayak misalkan kita mulai olahraga, awalnya semangat, mau olahraga, mau sehat, begitu olahraga, gila berat banget, aduh ngapain sih gue ngerjain ini? Nah, defaultnya manusia emang kayak gitu, setiap menemui kesulitan, pasti mempertanyakan, ngapain ya gue ngerjain ini ya?
So, what's the name of the program, Mia?
Champion.
Yeah, it's called Champions, right? So, if you think about sports or you think about these different events, right? Champions are the people that go through all of this, right? They feel overwhelmed. They have all the feelings of, I'm not good enough. This is too hard. They have all these experiences and they keep going, right? They're the ones that grow through the challenges.
Nah, teman-teman tahu kenapa ini dinamain grup champion? Karena champion adalah orang-orang yang mengalami itu semua, tapi tetap melakukan sampai mereka bisa melewatinya.
Because what happens is once you get through these feelings, you get through these complaints, right? You get coaching, you rely on the people in your team, right? You start to understand, it's normal. Everybody goes through this. And what happens is you start going back up.
Nah, di sini kan teman-teman ada coach, ada yang lain, dan ketika teman-teman bisa melihat bahwa ternyata bukan saya mengalami ini sendiri, terus dapat penguatan dari coachnya, nanti teman-teman dari jurang yang di bawah itu pelan-pelan akan naik lagi ke atas.
Because you start hosting, right? So you start feeling, oh my God, it's scary. And then you start presenting, right? And then what happens is you present, right? And then you feel, oh, wow, I can do this, right? And then you do another presentation and you feel like, wow, like I can really do this. And then you start growing your skill, you start growing the mindset. And then what happens is, boom, your confidence starts going up, right? Because you're overcoming challenges.
Nah, biasanya kan awalnya kan nge-host, deg-degan, presentasi, aduh susah. Tapi ternyata kok bisa? Ternyata bisa ya, dipuji. Lama-lama skill-nya nambah, confidence-nya nambah, dan teman-teman bisa maju.
So in life, everything that is worth having, right? If you want to be a gold director, if you want to like really grow your business, right? The difference between the people that succeed and the people that don't is the people that don't succeed, they give up here, right before they start having the victory.
Nah, jadi kalau teman-teman melihat kurvanya ya, yang membedakan orang-orang yang gagal dengan berhasil adalah orang-orang gagal itu biasanya nyerah tuh ketika kurvanya ke bawah.
So this is what I want everybody to understand. Wherever you are right now on this graph is perfect.
Jadi ini yang ingin Coach Nathan tekankan. Dimanapun teman-teman berada di kurva itu sempurna.
Right? It's perfect. Exactly where you are. Right? If you're having feelings, it's perfect. That's exactly where you're supposed to be. If you're having some complaints, right? It's perfect. That's exactly where you're supposed to be. Okay? So you get coaching, you share with the people that are around you, right? Until you start taking the action, right? Just keep following the process until you start going up, right? Because this is where the champions are made.
Nah, jadi dimanapun posisi teman-teman saat ini sempurna, lagi ngerasa nggak bisa sempurna, lagi komplain sempurna, tapi jangan lupa tetap sharing perasaannya, tetap coaching supaya teman-teman bisa naik, karena di palungan bawah itulah champion dibentuk.
So up here, we're gonna have something called the future leaders. It's going to be another program after champions. It's going to be called Future Leaders.
Nah, jadi setelah teman-teman nyampe ke atas, nanti akan ada program lanjutan namanya Future Leader.
But you have to always remember this, right? Leadership is built here.
Nah, jadi teman-teman harus ingat bahwa leadership itu dibangun di masa-masa yang nggak enak itu.
So the leadership is actually built in the challenging parts, right? Because when you become a leader and you're leading other people, okay? If you don't have these challenges, right? You can't lead them. All of the lessons that you need as a leader, they come from the challenges that you've overcome. So everything that you're doing right now is the foundation that's going to give you the access to the leadership later.
Nah, jadi teman-teman nggak akan bisa jadi leader kalau teman-teman nggak ngerasain nih tantangan-tantangan yang di situ, karena itu yang menjadi ilmu atau bekal ketika teman-teman menjadi leader nanti.
So the challenges, right? The obstacles, all the fear, everything that you're experiencing in here, these are the opportunities to grow. This is where all of the growth and the development actually happens, right? So you want to embrace the feelings, right? Because that's how you know you're growing.
Jadi semua tantangan dan perasaan-perasaan yang terjadi di situ itu adalah yang menjadi bekal perkembangan teman-teman. Jadi jadikan masa ini sebagai kesempatan untuk berkembang, kesempatan untuk belajar dan berkembang. Nathan, we have 5 more minutes.
So I just want to share, the last thing I want to share is something called, we have breakthroughs. Okay, we have breakthroughs.
Okay, maybe jadi masa-masa turun ke bawah itu namanya breakdown. Teman-teman ngerasa nggak bisa, ngerasa mau nyerah, tapi kemudian ketika teman-teman mulai naik itu namanya breakthrough. Mendobrak.
Yeah. So over here, right, we have breakdowns. Right? We have breakdowns over here, which means maybe we don't know how to do Zoom, or we forget the words, or maybe we're feeling nervous with the presentation. Something happens, right, that causes a little bit of a breakdown, right? But it's actually, these breakdowns are actually the access to being able to have the breakthroughs. You can't have breakthroughs without having breakdowns.
Nah, jadi semua tadi perasaan nggak bisa, buat apa, susah banget, kok gue nggak lebih jelek dari yang lain, itu semua yang membawa ke breakdown. Nah, breakdown ini adalah sebuah kesempatan teman-teman untuk untuk punya breakthrough atau dobrakan.
So it's very important during this time, right, that you be gentle with yourself.
Jadi yang penting di masa-masa berat ini adalah teman-teman juga jangan terlalu keras sama diri sendiri.
And also be generous with each other, right? So everybody else is in the same place, right? Everybody's being challenged. They're all having fear. Everybody's have anxiety, right? We're all challenged. So this group is for support, right? So you guys have to make sure that you're lifting each other up. You're encouraging each other like that.
Nah, jadi selain jangan terlalu keras sama sendiri-sendiri, juga kasih support ke yang lain, karena grup ini dibuat sebagai support system. Saling sharing apa yang dirasain, saling support sesama champion di sini.
So you never want to leave one of your brothers and sisters in a breakdown, right? Don't leave people in a breakdown, because that's your job as a team, is to help each other cross the bridge over into the breakthrough.
Jadi di sini kita tujuannya adalah bareng-bareng saling tarik kalau ada yang di bawah. Jadi jangan sampai kita ninggalin satu orang saudara pun kita di breakdown ini, tapi bareng-bareng nyebrang nih dari breakdown ke breakthrough.
Nobody can get through this program alone, right? It's designed actually to require teamwork. So nobody is going to get through this all by yourself, okay? You have to lean on each other, and you have to support each other as each of you is going through this process. And it's everybody's goal to make sure that everybody makes it through to the end of the program.
Jadi program ini memang didesain supaya semuanya mengalami ini sama-sama dari breakdown dan naik breakthrough. Jadi jangan sampai ada satu orang pun yang ketinggalan. Ini didesain untuk dilakukan bersama-sama.
So I'll end with this, right? In STI, right? Excellence, humility, right?
Loyalty.
Loyalty and integrity. This is all about loyalty, right? So loyalty means you guys are brothers and sisters. You have to have each other's back, right? Nobody wins unless everybody wins.
Jadi tadi Nathan ngingetin nih 4 value yang dipunyain sama STI. Excellent. What is the second?
Excellence.
Excellent.
Integrity, excellence, loyalty, and humility.
Jadi ada integritas, excellent, loyalty, sama humility. Jadi loyalty di sini penting banget untuk diterapkan. Kita tidak meninggalkan saudara kita. Semua kita maju bareng-bareng.
So nobody wins unless everybody wins.
Jadi nggak ada yang menang kecuali semuanya menang.
Okay, so I'll leave you with that, right? So that means there's no gossiping, no backstabbing, no talking bad about people, right? Everybody's having challenges. So we have to make sure that we're lifting our brothers and sisters up and we're carrying them with us if they're having a challenge, right? Don't leave them down. Make sure that we're carrying each other.
Biar perjalanannya menyenangkan, jangan ada gosip, jangan ada ngomong di belakang, jangan ada jelek-jelekin orang, karena perjalanan ini adalah perjalanan kita semua.
That's it. So that's a little bit about the dip. We're going into a holiday, right? So we're about halfway through the program. So I just want everybody to know, right? This is going to happen. If it hasn't happened already, it's coming, right? So wherever you are is perfect.
Nah, jadi itu yang ingin Nathan sampaikan. Jadi tentu saja ada kejatuhan, tapi pakailah kesempatan itu untuk naik lagi ke atas. Jadi sebelum kita masuk liburan, Nathan ingin teman-teman tuh aware adanya ini, biar teman-teman nggak bingung sendirian.
Bingung sendirian.
Bingung, not confused alone. Because when you're confused alone, you go deeper and you don't get up again.
Yeah. Don't do that. Get coaching. Share. Okay, Mr. Daniel, you ready, buddy?
I'm ready. Also, I wanted to give one piece of feedback about what you were just saying, if that's okay.
Of course, buddy.
Great. So what I've personally had a dip from a breakdown to a breakthrough in 2 areas in the last month. Maybe
Jadi Coach Daniel ingin sharing juga nih tentang breakdownnya dia di sebulan terakhir ini.
And probably you'll probably already have both of these breakdowns or have them soon because of the MIC and the Champions Group.
Jadi mungkin teman-teman udah mengalami breakdown ini atau akan mengalami sehubungan dengan MIC.
So one is that in my whole life, I have always hated PowerPoints, making PowerPoints.
Jadi Coach Daniel ini sebenarnya sepanjang hidupnya tuh sebel banget kalau harus bikin PowerPoint.
So many story in my head. It's so unattractive. Why does it take so long? Blah, 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 blah.
Banyak banget story-nya. Aduh, nggak menarik nih. Aduh, bikinnya lama nih.
And the impact on me was that I wasn't leading many webinars and presentations. And I was always asking my coaches to do that for me.
Dan impact-nya adalah Coach Daniel tuh jarang banget presentasi dan selalu minta orang lain untuk melakukan presentasi.
I've now had a breakthrough using the app called Canva.
Sekarang breakthrough-nya adalah Coach Daniel udah bisa nih belajar bikin presentasi pakai Canva.
And for the first time in my life, making webinars and presentations occurs as fun and something that I want to do.
Dan akhirnya sekarang untuk pertama kali dalam hidupnya Coach Daniel ngerasa seneng banget presentasi dan ngerasa itu fun.
Hallelujah.
Amen. So
I've been there.
Yeah. So you guys might be good with Canva, but for any of you who speak English, Nathan's wife, Sima, has made a 15-minute YouTube video about how to use Canva. It is luar biasa.
Nah, jadi buat teman-teman yang bisa bahasa Inggris, Coach Simar, istrinya Coach Nathan, bikin tutorial gimana pakai Canva, dan itu luar biasa.
The second area is to do with the power hour and contacting and inviting people.
Yang kedua adalah power hour nih, kontak dan invite orang.
So I've been doing Usana for a long time with Bu Regina, with Mia, with Dewi, with Nathan. And even though I've been doing it for such a long time, sometimes I think, oh, I don't know what to say.
Jadi Coach Daniel kan udah lama nih di Usana, udah bareng Nathan, Coach Regina, Coach William, saya. Tapi walaupun udah lama, tetap aja kadang-kadang bingung. Aduh, ngomong apa ya?
Now my messages are very clear. I know what to say. There is no thinking.
Nah, dengan melakukan power hour terus-terusan bareng, sekarang pesan-pesannya tuh jelas dan nggak mikir lagi jadinya.
So I don't know if this happens to you guys on your power hour, but me on my power hour in the past, I would be on the power hour pretending to take action, but not really taking much action.
Nah, Coach Daniel nggak tahu nih apakah teman-teman melakukannya juga. Awal-awal ya power hour, Coach Daniel ada di power hour, tapi pura-pura ngapa-ngapain padahal nggak ngapa-ngapain.
And also having the story that I'll do it my way when I want to do it.
Ya, pikirnya adalah, saya ngerjainnya nanti aja dengan cara
Not when
saya
Coach
ketika saya
Nathan
mau.
or Dewi wants me to do it.
Jadi, gue kerjain cara gue aja .
Yeah, so having had a breakthrough in that has made a huge improvement in the amount of meetings that I am having, first meetings with new people from online.
Nah, ketika akhirnya Coach Denny melakukan, jadi benar-benar di power hour itu ngontak orang, breakthrough-nya adalah langsung dapat discovery call.
So what I get is if I didn't have the dip, the breakdown, the breakthrough and the feelings of pride and self-love and excitement for the future wouldn't have happened.
Nah, pembelajarannya adalah kalau nggak ada kejatuhan itu, nggak ada breakdown, breakthrough ngerasa, wah ternyata saya bisa dan bangga dan excited nggak akan terjadi.
And we're a team and a community. We don't know what's going on in your head and you don't know what's going on in other people's head. So we want to be in connection with each other, finding out how we're doing. Don't hide. Otherwise, we can't help you.
Nah, jadi kita kan bareng-bareng nih, tapi nggak pernah ada yang tahu apa yang ada di pikiran kita. Kita juga nggak tahu apa yang ada di pikiran orang lain. Nah, jadi kalau ada apapun yang dirasakan, jangan disembunyikan karena who knows, yang lain juga ternyata merasakan hal yang sama dan jangan-jangan yang udah melewati itu bisa share gimana cara mereka melewatinya.
Perfect. And also just there will always be breakdowns and breakthroughs. Regina, Nathan, Dewi, Mia, or the expert, they also have breakdown all the time. Breakdown shows that you are growing.
Jadi jangan khawatir karena semua orang mengalami ini. Bu Regina, saya, Coach Nathan, Coach Daniel. Breakdown itu adalah tanda bahwa kita sedang berkembang.
If there is no breakdown, maybe we're not focused enough. But that's what I wanted to say. Luar biasa, Nathan. Keren banget.
Thank you for the adding, Coach Daniel. That's very true.
Welcome. Sometimes us being authentic about where we are inauthentic is a great way to connect with people. Okay. Luar biasa.
That will be another training, authenticity.
Yes. So I'm going to screen share and Mia can support me with my explanation. One second. Okay, great. So my presentation is going to be interactive. So I would definitely like people to be able to speak during it and answer the different questions.
Nah, jadi presentasi ini lebih interaktif. Jadi Coach Jenny mengharapkan teman-teman untuk merespon atau berpartisipasi.
Awesome. So I just want to change my view so that I can see you guys a little bit better, and then I will get started. Okay. Sorry, 1 second here. Sorry. Okay, this will do nicely, I believe. Okay, great. So today we are going to be talking about creating your elevator pitch.
Jadi hari ini kita akan bicara soal bagaimana meng-create elevator pitch.
So some of you won't know what that is and some of you will. So,
Mungkin ada yang udah tahu, ada yang belum.
So I live on the 33rd floor of my building. So the journey in the elevator is about 30 seconds to 1 minute.
Jadi Coach Daniel tinggal di lantai 33. Jadi kalau naik lift itu sekitar setengah sampai 1 menit.
So imagine that Ade Rai or Jacobi or someone you respect and you want to do Usana steps into the elevator with you.
Jadi bayangin kita lagi di lift terus ada Ade Rai, Jokowi atau siapapun yang teman-teman pengen share Usana ada di lift bareng teman-teman.
How are you going to get them excited and get their WhatsApp and organize a 3-way call with your mentor?
Nah, gimana nih caranya bikin orang itu tertarik sama apa yang teman-teman kerjakan dan bersedia ngasih nomor telepon atau discovery call?
Great. So today we're going to go through a couple of examples and structures, and it will link with the work you've been doing on your story.
Jadi kita akan melihat beberapa contoh yang nanti bisa teman-teman praktekkan dan untuk mengembangkan Usana.
Awesome. Okay, great. So I'm just gonna, there we go. Okay, good. Perfect. So you guys can speak in Indonesian when I ask the questions, and Mia doesn't need to retranslate back to me what you guys are saying. Okay.
Jadi nanti teman-teman bisa jawab dalam bahasa Indonesia aja ya.
Yeah. So my name is Daniel Clarke. Some of you know me, some of you don't. I'm the founder of Healthy Daniel. So about me, my background is I am a sports scientist from university in England, UK. In New Zealand, when I was friends with Regina and Nathan and William, I was a sales manager. And I love personal development. I love to play hockey, field hockey. And I like shifting people's beliefs about what is possible for their life.
Jadi ini adalah pengenalan tentang Coach Daniel. Coach Daniel adalah founder dari Healthy Daniel. Dulunya dia sport scientist, pernah jadi sales manager juga, sangat suka dengan personal development, main hoki, dan satu hal yang paling Coach Daniel suka adalah untuk mengubah kepercayaan-kepercayaan tentang apa yang possible buat orang-orang.
So today what you will learn is what is an elevator pitch and how to make one.
Jadi yang akan teman-teman belajar adalah apa sih elevator pitch dan gimana cara bikinnya.
How to understand your audience and the people that you're going to speak to.
Gimana caranya mengerti siapa yang akan kita ajak bicara.
What is a one sentence pitch?
Apa itu satu kalimat pitch?
How to share your story with the challenge, the solution, and why they should follow you.
Dan gimana cara share story dengan tantangan, solusi, dan kenapa mereka harus ikutin teman-teman.
And how and why it's important to be in a rush and to organize and set up the next meeting straight away.
Jadi ini juga belajar tentang kenapa dan bagaimana bersikap dalam buru-buru supaya bisa set up meeting berikutnya.
Very important. Okay.
Sangat penting.
Cool. So what is an elevator pitch? An elevator pitch or speech or statement is a short introduction or description of an idea, a product or company that explains the concept in a way so that the listener understands in a very short period of time.
Jadi elevator pitch adalah sebuah pernyataan atau pengenalan singkat atau deskripsi singkat dari sebuah ide, produk, perusahaan yang menjelaskan konsepnya dengan cara di mana pendengar itu bisa ngerti walaupun dijelaskan dengan cara pendek.
So at the moment, guys, how many of you know exactly what to say in the first 30 seconds when you meet somebody at a wedding or a religious event or in a restaurant? Who knows what to say?
Jadi siapa dari teman-teman yang udah tahu gimana caranya share Usana? Kalau misalkan ketemu orang di pernikahan, di event, atau di lift.
So put your hand up if you do.
Jadi angkat tangan kalau teman-teman tahu gimana cara kenal Usana dalam 30-60 detik.
Okay, I don't see any hands so far.
No.
So that is normal, yeah? So we know many things that we can say about Usana, right? We can talk about Dr. Wentz for 5 minutes, the why Vision X is good for 5 minutes, why networking is good. But what do we say, right? So it's very easy when we meet, especially at gatherings. We want to tell people so much information that they get excited and interested. But that doesn't work.
Oke, jadi Coach jadi ngelihat nggak ada yang tunjuk tangan. Jadi memang kalau kita harus cerita Dr. Laron Wens 5 menit mungkin bisa. Cerita tentang Yusana mungkin bisa, tapi cerita tentang itu semua dalam 1 menit mungkin susah ya. Kadang-kadang kita di party pengen cerita tuh cerita banyak dan kita pikir orang-orang nggak tertarik. Padahal ketika kita cerita kepanjangan orang-orang malah nggak tertarik.
So in this moment, I want you to take 10 seconds. So imagine you're at a party, in an elevator, in a lift, at a wedding. Someone you'd love to do Yusana walks in. What sort of things would you want to say if you only had 30 seconds to speak to them and get their WhatsApp?
Nah, jadi bayangin sekarang teman-teman ada di party nih. Terus teman-teman ngelihat orang yang, wah, aku mau share Yusana ke dia. Coba bayangin gimana caranya ngomong dalam 30 detik 30 sampai 60 detik supaya mereka ngasih nomor telepon ke teman-teman.
So have a think for a second.
Coba pikirin terus nanti teman-teman sampein.
So what's normal in your brain probably in that moment is that it would be thinking many things. Right? That's what's normal.
Jadi mungkin sekarang teman-teman malah bukan mikir itu, malah mikirin banyak hal lain ya, tapi itu normal.
Great. So, before you speak to the person, there's 3 things that you have to think of. Okay?
Jadi sebelum ngomong ada 3 hal nih yang masih diperhatikan dari siapa mereka itu.
So, who are they? So maybe if you are speaking, if you are at a religious event, maybe you would speak differently to being in a restaurant or in a gym. Maybe what you say and who the people are is appropriate for different sorts of communication.
Jadi pertama pikirin siapa mereka, karena ngomong di event gereja akan beda dengan kalau ngomong di event olahraga misalnya.
So first you need to think, who are they?
Jadi pertama penting adalah siapa mereka.
Secondly, you have to think about what do they care about.
Yang kedua adalah apa yang penting buat mereka.
For example, a mum with 2 children, one is 3, one is 1, will think differently in life compared to a mum who has children who is 35 and 33.
Nah, misalkan ibu muda nih, mungkin concernnya beda dengan ibu-ibu yang ibu muda umur 20 aja sama ibu-ibu yang udah umur 30-an lewat, beda concernnya.
The mum who has adult children may be worried about the health of their grandchildren, or they might be worried about how can their children afford to buy a new house. Whereas if someone has new babies, they want the baby to healthy, they want their finances to be good, right? So what they care about is different.
Nah, jadi ibu-ibu aja ya, mungkin kalau ibu-ibu yang kayak saya yang anaknya udah mau kuliah, mungkin concernnya adalah, aduh, saya punya uang nggak ya untuk sampai mereka lulus kuliah. Beda dengan ibu-ibu yang baru melahirkan, misalkan mungkin concernnya adalah dia pengen sehat, dia pengen bayinya sehat.
And more important is what value can you bring into their lives?
Nah, yang penting juga adalah value apa yang bisa dibawa nih ke dalam hidup mereka.
Lots of people who do Yusana, they think the value is good products and make money. But there is so many different value that people get from Yusana.
Jadi yang paling sering teman-teman pikir adalah, oh value Yusana apa sih? Oh produknya bagus, bisnisnya bagus. Padahal masih ada value lain yang ada di Yusana.
For example, the MIC group, the Champions group, teaches people confidence, how to do presentations, how to share their story, so many different things.
Kayak contohnya nih, Champion Group nih, ngajarin cara presentasi, bikin orang percaya diri, banyak banget hal yang ditawarkan sama Yusana.
Great. So, what is the goal or the purpose of the pitch? And what is the outcome that you want? So, sometimes the first introduction, the first pitch, is just to get them interested and curious. The important word is curious. To make a meetup or a Zoom in person, or a Zoom with a mentor or you for coffee.
Jadi apa sih tujuannya pitch ini? Teman-teman tuh pengen apa? kadang-kadang di awal-awal pitch ini untuk bikin mereka tertarik dan penasaran. Penasaran apa supaya mau kita setup di meet in person atau Zoom dengan mentor.
So the reason we did this training today is because you guys have got your break coming up, and some of you will be having religious events, gatherings, evening meals together. So if it's a party or a religious event or a wedding, sometimes it's not appropriate to do a long explanation on Usana and try sell them products.
Nah,
at that moment.
Kenapa diadakan training ini? Karena bentar lagi kan kita kan ada liburan Idul Fitri kan. Pasti kan masanya kita saling mengucapkan, mungkin akan ketemu, mungkin enggak. Tapi pertanyaan-pertanyaan kayak sekarang ngapain pasti muncul, dan di event-event kayak gitu tuh nggak appropriate kalau kita ngomong Usana panjang lebar.
So you could say something like, you could say whatever you say about Usana, and then you can follow with, now is not the right time to have a long talk, but let's get each other's WhatsApp and we can meet up next week, or we can Zoom next week.
Ya, jadi mungkin teman-teman bisa jawab, aduh sekarang waktunya nggak tepat nih untuk ngobrol panjang, tapi tukeran nomor telepon yuk, biar kita bisa janjian lagi.
Awesome. So this is a PDF presentation, so I can give it to Dewi, and she can put it in your group later, if you want to do more work on this.
Nah, jadi jangan khawatir teman-teman, nanti ini PDF-nya akan Coach Dande kasih ke Coach Dewi, biar nanti ditaruh di grup.
So the outcome for this short introduction is to get their contact information and agree to meet up another time, not to sell them essentials at the restaurant, for example.
Nah, jadi tujuan dari elevator pitch ini adalah untuk dapat kontaknya atau persetujuan untuk ketemu lagi. Jadi bukan untuk jualan ya.
Awesome. So this is going to be the structure that you guys can think of when deciding what to say.
Nah, jadi ini adalah struktur yang bisa teman-teman pakai untuk tahu gimana sih cara ngomongnya.
So this is called the XYZ method, which I've learned, and it's very effective.
Nah, ini disebut XYZ, metode XYZ yang Coach Daniel belajar dan efektif.
Yeah. So I help achieve more by So example, I help yoga instructors named Mia to achieve better immunity by giving her a health check and checking her kesehatan and showing her how to improve her health, for example.
Jadi XYZ ini ya, nanti teman-teman bisa taruh ini. Jadi contohnya gini nih, saya help Mia mendapatkan imunitas dengan melakukan cek kesehatan dan memberikan konsultasi.
Or I help gym owners achieve a second income by teaching them how to collaborate with a nutritional company.
Atau saya ngebantu pemilik gym mendapatkan income tambahan dengan bekerja sama dengan perusahaan suplemen.
Awesome. So in this moment, I want you guys to shout out a few different things that we help people do. So how does Usana, how does STI, how do you help people?
Jadi dengan pola ini teman-teman coba pikirin gimana contoh elevator pitch.
So I want you guys to unmute and give some ideas for the group of ways that we help people. And we will not go to the next slide until we have people share.
Maybe I go first.
Yeah.
Jadi ini kisah nyata, jadinya gampang. Jadi saya membantu fiskal mendapatkan kesehatan dengan mengatasi autoimunnya dengan mengajarkan dia pola hidup sehat.
Yeah, and for this example, Mia, I wasn't clear, sorry. I just want them to answer the X part. What things do they help with? Don't worry about the Y and the Z yet. So just what do we help?
Jadi teman-teman tadi lihat siapa yang saya bantu? Masih di mute, Mbak Yohana? Tadi siapa yang saya
Health
bantu?
professional.
Fiskal. Oke.
Yep. So we help health professionals. That's right, Nathan. Anyone else? Who else do we help?
Gym owner.
Gym owners. Yeah. Who else do we help?
Yoga teacher.
Yoga
Could help,
teacher.
yeah. We could help mom.
Yeah,
Stay at
exactly.
home, stay-at-home parents.
Millennials, stay-at-home moms, diabetics, obese people, shy people, other things like that. Let's hear one more. Dewi's ready to say something. Who else do we
Retired
help?
people.
Retired people?
Hmm.
Great, excellent. Cool, so let's go to the next slide. These are some different examples that I was thinking of. Okay, so we help people, yoga instructors, salespeople, MLM leaders, clients, online reseller, people worried about immunity, diabetics, elderly, fitness professionals.
Nah, jadi ini adalah contoh X nih, orang-orang yang bisa kita bantu. Bisa bantu orang-orang, yoga instruktur, penjual, MLM leader, klien, reseller, orang-orang yang bingung sama imunitas, orang yang punya diabetes, orang tua, orang-orang yang di dunia fitness.
Great. So all of these potentially can all match together. So when you're chatting to the person, if you're speaking to a mum with a newborn who works at home and wants more money and has knowledge about nutrition, you could say, I help mums at home achieve a second income by teaching them to resell supplements online.
Nah, jadi misalnya contohnya nih, kalau orang-orang yang baru melahirkan dan harus tinggal di rumah, saya membantu ibu yang baru melahirkan dengan mengajarkan mereka, mendapatkan income tambahan dengan mengajarkan mereka menjadi reseller.
Yeah. So I help salespeople make more money through online coaching.
Atau saya ngebantu orang-orang sales mendapat penghasilan lebih dengan cara jualan online.
So one very good thing to do when you're chatting to somebody is think of who they are, and that is who you help. If you're chatting to a gym owner, I help gym owners make more money by teaching them to resell supplements in their gym.
Nah, jadi yang pertama teman-teman lihat adalah siapa mereka, terus gimana teman-teman bisa bantu. Jadi kayak tadi contohnya gym owner, oh saya bantu gym owner mendapatkan income tambahan dengan menjual suplemen di tempat gymnya.
So the main bits to remember is I help, and then achieve or get by. And those that structure will set you free in all of your gatherings over the next couple of weeks.
Jadi kuncinya adalah saya bantu siapa, dapetin apa, dengan apa. Bantu, dapet apa, dengan.
And if you want to introduce your coach instead of yourself, you say, oh, wow, you should meet my friend Burujina. She helps achieve by.
Nah, jadi kalau teman-teman masih belum pede nih, ngomong tentang diri sendiri, bisa edify mentornya. Misalnya, oh, kamu mesti kenalan sama Ibu Regina, dia bantu siapa, dapat apa, dengan apa.
Luar biasa. Okay, great. So some people will want more information, and you also want to say more. So just because they want more information, don't always give every answer to their question, because the focus is getting their contact number and making a proper meeting. The invite and the presentation is separate.
Jadi fokus di minta kontaknya atau set next meeting. Jadi jangan terlalu jelasin banyak-banyak.
You want to keep them curious is the important part.
Jadi kunci dari elevator pitch adalah bikin mereka penasaran.
So what if they want to know more and you have time, you want to tell a story that had a problem, that had lots of drama, Korean drama, with a great improvement.
Jadi kalau memang ada waktu untuk cerita, kasih cerita yang ada problemnya dan ada dramanya.
So you can explain every detail of Usana, but what is better is to show how you solved a solution with Usana without saying the word Usana.
Jadi fokusnya bukan di Usananya, tapi gimana teman-teman memecahkan masalah dengan Usana tanpa harus nyebut Usana.
Great. So if someone wants more, there is 3 steps for what we can do. Great.
Jadi kalau
So-
mereka ingin lebih, ada formulanya lagi nih, apa yang bisa kita lakukan.
And again, this PDF will be in the champions group. So you can copy paste it and turn it into Indonesian. So this can be a structure. This is going to be some of your homework, okay?
Nah, jadi ini akan dikasih ke champion group, teman-teman bisa copy, dan ini akan jadi PR-nya.
Optional homework.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. So you want to, so lots of people, when they hear Regina's story, they're like, wow, that is amazing. You can see their face being like worried at the beginning. And then once they find out the solution and the problem, then they are happy and curious. How did that happen?
Nah, jadi mungkin teman-teman kalau lihat Bu Regina share story-nya tuh orang-orang di awal tuh kayak aduh khawatir gitu, tapi terus mukanya jadi lega ketika solusinya terjadi. Nah, gimana cara bikin itu terjadi?
Great. So you want to be sharing in a story format the challenge. So what problems they have. Some maybe you're talking to someone who is obese, wants to lose weight. You can share your story about someone you know who had weight loss. She was overweight, she had problem with her knees. The solution was you introduced her to Coach Mia and she taught her about low glycemic eating, and now she has lost 20 or like 5 kilo. And that's been amazing. And then you can then move to the why, which is important that you go to why you need to speak to Mia and do Usana, why it's important that it is today and not next year. They are the important things. So that was quite fast, but maybe you can recreate the words on the slide for me, Mia.
Jadi tadi strukturnya kalau mau bikin story ya, pertama lihat problemnya apa sih? Mungkin ada problem tadi Coach Daniel ngasih contoh diabetes, problemnya diabetes. Solusinya apa? Oh, Mia ngajarin dia gimana makan yang low glycemic. Terus juga harus ditekankan kenapa penting sekarang untuk ketemu Mia-nya.
Right. And can you do the whole slide in Bahasa quickly?
I just did, but too short.
Yeah. Oh, I mean just every word. Is that okay?
Ya, oke. Jadi pertama temuin challenge-nya itu apa? Problemnya apa? Apakah lose weight, apakah tentang uang, ataukah tentang orang yang pengen punya income lain. Jadi kenapa mereka sekarang kelihatannya nggak bisa memecahkan masalah itu. Terus ceritain gimana mau bisa diri sendiri atau edifikasi mentornya gimana cara menyelesaikan problemnya. Misalkan kayak tadi buat make money, oh sesuatu yang bisa dikerjakan di rumah. Atau dengan diabetes, oh ngajarin cara makan dengan low glycemic. Kayak gitu. Jadi mereka ngerasa, oh ternyata ada solusinya. Terus juga penting untuk kenapanya. Kenapa penting buat mereka untuk ketemu Bu Regina, ketemu Mia, supaya belajar lagi tentang solusi yang tadi dikasih. Kenapa mereka butuh invest untuk tahu solusinya itu. Kayak dikasih urgency, misalkan, iya anak lo kan sekarang udah mau kuliah ya, gimana ya kalau lo nggak ada income tambahan, gimana lo mau bayarin kuliahnya, atau wah diabetes itu bahaya lo karena sekarang kan jadi comorbid, jadi lo harus mulai sekarang nih ngubah pola hidupnya. Mau gue kenalin sama Coach Nathan biar belajar gimana pola hidup yang sehat, kayak gitu.
Awesome, thank you. So we have 2 minutes left, so I'm going to be super fast. So the last important thing is, I don't know if you guys have read GoPro, Eric Worre. When you are doing an introduction and an invite, that is totally separate to the presentation. The focus is that you are a busy person and that your point is to get the meeting. Do not do Usana presentation at the event.
Jadi ini adalah sesuatu yang diajarkan oleh Eric Worre. Jadi coach tadi nanya apakah teman-teman udah baca GoPro. Jadi kuncinya adalah tidak melakukan presentasi di situ, tapi ngeset pertemuan berikutnya karena Anda sangat sibuk atau buru-buru.
So this is your transition phase. So first you do the XYZ, and hopefully you just do the XYZ, get contact. Done. Habis. If they want to know more information, you go through your story, which is very good idea. And then this is the transition.
Jadi ini adalah sebenarnya transisinya. Jadi tujuan elevator pitch adalah share yang XYZ tadi, yang bantu dapetin dengan cara. Kalau mereka pengen tahu lebih jauh, share story-nya. Tapi kalau mereka mau lebih lagi, ini transisinya untuk bawa mereka ke pertemuan berikutnya.
So you want to make them curious, do not over-explain, and don't worry about saying the right words.
Jadi kuncinya adalah bikin mereka penasaran, nggak usah jelas-jelasin, dan nggak usah khawatir gimana cara ngomongnya.
And here are some examples of things that you could say. And then the bottom line is from GoPro. So I don't have a lot of time to talk right now, but if I block my diary after the weekend to have a Zoom call, would you attend?
Jadi ini contoh-contoh yang diambil dari GoPro ya. Misalkan, aduh saya nggak ada waktu banyak nih untuk ngomong sekarang, tapi kalau saya blok jadwal saya weekend ini untuk ketemu kamu mau nggak?
Or for example, now's not the right time, but, or I'm going to be leaving soon, but if I get your WhatsApp, would you meet me for Starbucks on Tuesday?
Nah, jadi ini contoh-contoh lain ya. Misalkan, aduh nggak ada waktu nih sekarang buat cerita. Misalkan kan lo di halal bihalal kan pasti banyak orang yang mau diketemuin kan. Atau, aduh saya udah harus pergi nih. Boleh nggak minta nomor telepon, nanti kita janjian untuk ketemu di Starbucks.
Or for example, as it's Idul Fitri now, it isn't a good time to get into it. We should focus with why we are here. But if I introduce you to Coach Mia on after the weekend, would you have a call with her and she can teach you about how to have healthy weight loss and low glycemic eating?
Ya, atau teman-teman bisa ngomong yang, aduh ini kan lagi halal bihalal, masa ngomongin kayak ginian sih? Kalau weekend nanti saya kenalin sama Mia untuk belajar tentang healthy lifestyle, mau nggak?
Right. So the last bit. So here is your inner rush and if I would you.
Jadi yang terakhir adalah, saya lagi buru-buru nih, kalau saya ini, kamu mau nggak?
Cool. It is now just gone 10. So I will finish up this second. So the steps for the homework is get clear on your XYZ and practice your challenge, solution, why, and make sure to keep it urgent. You are a busy person in a rush.
Jadi ini actionnya ya. Tentukan XYZ-nya, orang-orang yang pengen Anda temuin. Achieve-nya apa, dengan caranya apa. Terus practice story-nya.
Awesome. So if you want to get in touch with me, I'm in the WhatsApp group, or you can add me on Facebook or Instagram on Healthy Daniel. Luar biasa.
Thank you, Coach. Nih, kalau teman-teman mau nanya-nanya ya, Coach Dina ada di grup ataupun di Instagram.
Yeah.
That was an amazing presentation.
Luar biasa. I now like doing PowerPoints. It's okay.
Amazing, right?
Cool. So that was great. And also just know, like, lots of content that people give. There is so much knowledge in the world already. My trap in the past is thinking that I have to make the most unique and perfect PowerPoint, whereas there are people who are masterful in every single subject at what we need to learn. So learn from the best people, and you can recreate the best bits of all the people that you like so that it's your authentic words.
Nah, jadi kalau teman-teman mau mulai sesuatu yang baru, jangan khawatir kalau udah banyak orang yang master di bidang itu, tapi belajarlah dari mereka, ambil sedikit-sedikit dan create apa yang menjadi signature teman-teman.
So I felt really nice doing that PowerPoint presentation because it felt like it was me doing it because I'd done the work to prepare in the beginning. So Nathan's been asking me to do that for like 5 years. And I think this is the first or second time when I've actually followed Nathan's guidance. So yeah, I encourage you guys to listen to your mentors, especially Dewi. She's doing lots of great work with Champions Group, and I want to acknowledge her for that. And I'm really excited for all of you. Like almost all of you will rank advance in the next 2 months, and it's pretty exciting to see what will happen in the next 2 to 5 years.
Jadi Coach Daniel tadi ngingetin lagi bahwa setiap kali ada suara-suara di kepala bahwa itu susah, nggak bisa, dengerin mentornya. Karena soal presentasi ini sendiri, Coach Nathan tuh udah 5 tahun minta Coach Daniel ini presentasi bikin sendiri. Dan ketika akhirnya dia bikin sendiri, dia ngerasa sangat seneng karena presentasi kali ini presentasi dengan PowerPoint yang dibuat sendiri. Jadi gunakan setiap keraguan-raguan, kebingungan, itu kesempatan untuk belajar dan maju. Coach Daniel percaya kita semua di sini akan naik rank nih dalam 2 bulan dan kita semua excited untuk teman-teman.
Awesome.
Dengerin Coach Dewi yang udah meng-arrange champion segala macam. Karena kita tuh pengen teman-teman maju. Jadi apapun yang jadi tugas segala macam kerjain. Kalau ada suara-suara di kepala jangan disimpan, disampaikan karena kemungkinan nggak cuma teman-teman yang punya pikiran seperti itu.
And the last thing that I want to do is acknowledge you guys. I'm really present, so it is a Sunday morning, right? Lots of people are in bed, they're spending time with their family, they're doing their special occasions. And look at you guys. You guys are online, learning, educating yourselves, becoming more powerful. That is amazing, right?
Coach Daniel juga mau acknowledge teman-teman semua yang ada di sini karena hari ini Minggu. Mungkin orang-orang lagi main, tidur, apalagi bulan puasa yang tadi sahur, pasti pengennya sekarang bangun siang kan. Tapi lihat, teman-teman sekarang di sini, online, belajar karena teman-teman pengen tumbuh. Jadi, tepuk-tepuk bahu teman-teman, ucapkan, "Hai selamat, hari ini saya memilih untuk belajar."
You guys should be proud of yourselves. You guys are setting a great example for your family, for your children, and for your community. So,
teman-teman harus bangga karena teman-teman memberi contoh ke keluarga, ke anak-anak bahwa hari ini teman-teman memilih untuk belajar dan maju.
So I wish you well and I hope you have a great day. I'll pass the call back to Dewi and Nathan if they have anything to finish up. But it was my pleasure to spend time with you guys today. And message me on WhatsApp if you need anything.
Oke, sekarang Coach Daniel kembaliin ke Coach Nathan dan Coach Dewi. Dan kalau mau nanya-nanya silakan hubungi Coach Daniel di WhatsApp.
Okay, there is one great presentation, Daniel. Thank you very much, and thank you also for Coach Mia for explaining it very well. Thank you for Coach Nathan to give us the information about the dip. It's impressive. Jadi teman-teman terima kasih ya udah hadir di sini. Kira-kira ada pertanyaan? Mungkin satu pertanyaan aja kalau ada. Kalau nggak ada mungkin kita segera tutup. All good? Okay, no questions. They're great. So we're going to close it. So before we close, Coach Nathan, do you have anything to add?
No, love you guys. Have a great holiday.
Let's take one quick picture and then we're off.
Victory for all.
Victory.
Victory for
Double
all.
victory.
Teman-teman yang pengen masuk di foto, mau dibuka kameranya, buka video.
Foto lagi.
There you go. Okay, one more. Okay, Bu Yeti. Okay, ready? I'm gonna count on 3. 1, 2, 3. Great. Thank you, guys.
Thank you semuanya.
Right.
Great weekend.
Thank you, Coach Mia, Nathan, Daniel, Coach Dewi. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
you,
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Coach Daniel, Coach
Thank
Nathan.
you, Mahadi.